Afternoon, everybody. My goodness, wasn't yesterday a hot one? Really crazy hot. I must admit, being in a studio for a while, I thought it was going to be hot, but it was really cold in there. It was just lovely. I really enjoyed the shows yesterday, and it was just nice to have the two back to back so I could get something done. You say you're going to do a 20-minute demo. The presenter and looked at me in aghast. She's like, really? You're going to do a 20-minute demo? Are you sure? I was like, that'll be fine. It'll be fine. So I'm glad we did. I hope you enjoyed it if you watched, and I hope you actually got something out of it, even if you recorded it, because I wanted to make sure that you could see not every step, but as many steps as I could get in. So thanks for that, everybody. Really appreciate it. We're going to be in all weekend getting parcels out, so Hermes is coming Monday. Woohoo! So yeah, Julie, it's humid here as well. The sun is shining and it's warm, but I'm not quite sure. You're expecting rain at any time, aren't you? But I'm not going to worry about that. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Thank you. I mean, I don't always do a lot of Christmas stuff, but I really did. I pulled my finger out and got on with it. I'm glad I got it out yesterday. It was lovely. So yeah, shall we make a start? Are we all ready? We've got our tile. Oh, Pat, hope you had a great day as well. It was your birthday yesterday. So yeah, we're on tile 41. Whew. 26th of June. My goodness, 26th of June. All right, are we good for this? Are we ready? Okay, turning over. Today, what do I have today? I have with me my pen, pencil, tortillon. I've actually treated myself to a new pen and a new new pencil, new tortillon. So, I left the other one in my box, and I'm not unpacked from yesterday yet. I also have a white pen. It's only for a little bit. You don't really have to have it, but I've just got it because it's just going to bring out a little element. And again, just a bit of something, an embellishment. I've got my pink jelly roll as well, but you can use any colour, and you don't even have to use a colour if you don't want to, but I've just got that to enhance a little bit later on. So okay, we're going to start then with pencil, and I'm going to go very lightly. This is just guidelines, just to sort of help us out a little bit, and I'm just going to put a line, or even a dotted line, from one point all the way down, so you might not even see it there, sort of to the other. And then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to go from this corner all the way down. And again, dotted line if you can't, just aiming to that point there. Oh, thank you, Christine, for watching. It's really, really appreciate it. You hope people are going to watch, and it's nice to have people that you know on the other side of that camera. It's lovely. So I'm doing the same again. I'm just splitting my space. And again, it's sort of found a centre point, hasn't it? It's giving me a bit of a guide. If you can, there you are, look, it's really light, really sort of pale, bit, because I don't want to see it later on. Okay? All right then. I know, Karen, tile 41. Hi from New York. Hi, Deborah. Oh, it's nice. It's like the gang's all back together again, isn't it? But we do it every 3 days. It's lovely. So I thought this one, I'm going to do a pattern that we've sort of done before, but I'm going to use it in a different way, and it's going to give you lots of inspiration, lots of ideas for going onto your journal page. And I thought, for over the weekend, that's a really nice one to do. Oh, Joyce, I did get my sewing machine. My next door neighbour very kindly took receipt of it. And you know what, one of the lads there, he's very quiet, he's a lovely lad, he must be late teens maybe, and he actually brought it round, because he thought, it might be a bit heavy, and he brought it round and put it in just inside my gate for me, saved me carrying it all that way. It was just lovely. Okay, we're ready then. Alright, I'm going to go a bit larger so you can see where I'm starting. I'm going to start in this centre point here, and I'm going to imagine I've got a rectangle. So I'm going to go in, and I'm going to add one of my little bubbles there, and then one here, and then I'm going to sort of come down, adding one here and one there. So you can see this rectangle. It doesn't have to be perfectly in the centre, don't worry about that. But there's quite a space. And if you look at my pen, there you go. It's about as wide as my pen, just to sort of give you an idea. We don't want something really, really thin in there. Oh, hi Angela, hi June. Of course we're all enjoying the weather. Of course we are. Can't complain, can we? Okay. So I'm going to go from this sort of bubble here, I'm going to sort of work my way around. And remember, I've said before about going around it to get this curve. Because if you do it from here, you're not going to quite get the same. Oh, Bernadette, I hope you're going to feel a bit better soon. Hang in there, girl. You've got this. Just relax for a little bit. Okay, you see where I did that? So I'm going to turn my tile, because I find it easier to do the curves this way and then back round again. Okay? Alright. Turn my tile. Now this time I'm going to come round here. It's the same sort of curve. Oh, hey Anya, I'm glad you made it. I said, don't worry if you've not got anything, just sit and watch and see how it goes. Okay. So while we've got this one here, I'm going to go in and aura that line there. You know, we talk about auras, it's just like a repeat and follow a line. There we go. The same on this side, so it's just that curve again. There we go, from one to the other, okay? Alright. So while I've got this one here, I'm going to go in the centre and I'm going to put that little bubble touching all sides. Okay. And then I could do another bubble here if you want to, but I'm going to do one that looks like it's going underneath the first. You see, so I'm just repeating that and not quite doing a full bubble, but it's sort of like they're now overlapping, aren't they? There you go, all the way to there. Fill in that little gap. There we go. Just adding that little bit of black ink there just makes it stand out, doesn't it? And then I'll turn it round and I'll do the same here. There's this one. And it doesn't matter if I've got the same amount, it's fine. Just gonna fill what space I've got. So I'm not counting the other side at all. Just working on that little bit. And there you go, look, little tiny bits of black. It makes a huge difference. Okay, let's have a look at that a bit larger then. Alright, so at the moment we've got this lonely little shape in the middle there, bless it. Okay, alright, so I'm going to turn it this way now. This is how I'm going to work. And I'm going to come back in so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to create another shape. But I'm not going to have it this wide. I'm going to come in and I'm going to bring my little bubbles to about there and there. Okay, so facing down, it's sort of coming in, thinking here. And then I'm going to do the same this side. So let's put those bubbles in. There, look. And there. Okay. So I'm going to look now at these two. And I'm going to follow this one round, so it's like that take off and land into here. You see? And then the same here, so that's take it off and land. So it's exactly the same curve that I've been doing, but it's just changing its shape slightly because these are wider than these. So in we go with that one. Go. And in with that one. Okay. And then on the ends, I'm going to put that space, that little curve going that way again, just to sort of cap it off at the end. Okay. Cool. And I'm going to aura that line. Same curve. And same there. Oh, Sheila, I know what you mean, yeah, sleeping on top of the duvets. But when you've got two dogs and one wants to come and join you, Yeah, I mean, I got back from Peterborough yesterday and he just wanted to cuddle, and I'm like, no, you're hot, you're too hot. Yeah, Seth had got the right idea, he went and lay outside on the concrete. But no, Benji wanted his force. There we go, so that's our shape so far. Alright. So, going in a little bit larger now. I'm going to come back with a familiar pattern, the one that we like to sort of come back to. Little dot. And then round we go. And to there. And then another dot. And I'm going to do a little one in the corner there. So I'm going to fill my space. They don't have to be the same size. They don't have to be the same way round. You can stop and start whenever you like. You can fill it with one whole one if you like. It's entirely up to you. Just see how you feel, what you want to do. There you go. If you find that you're filling in a pattern and you need to get out of that, then go and start one of these swirls in a totally different place, and it'll throw that pattern out a bit. There we are, look. See? Oh, Sheila, at least I suppose when it's cold, if they're all on, each on one corner of the bed, then at least you're going to keep your covers where they need to be. But no, it was pretty good last night, actually. Where he's that size now that you turn around and there he is, his nose is facing your nose. And that's when he's standing on the floor. He's certainly a large Sheltie. Perhaps I should do a little video and post it, shouldn't I, so you could see what he's getting up to. Not obviously at night time when he's trying to get on the bed, but maybe when he's in the garden. Yeah. Okay. Right, I'm going to do the same on this one. I always start with that dot. I think it grounds your little tangle. You know where you're starting from. And there we go. To that one. So I might just fill that in as I'm going. Okay, right. And round that up. And just keep it going. And just going underneath. You can go as large or as small as you like. Start where you like. The intention is you just work on one at a time. And just go ahead and fill your space. Oh, hey Sam. Saying, yeah, it's nice out. Mind you, they said thunderstorms and rain at the weekend, so just enjoy it while we can, eh? Yeah. But, there we go. Well, the air conditioning in the green room wasn't on yesterday, it wasn't working. So they had a huge fan, it was rather loud. But it was nice actually, I just sat in front of it for a while, it's quite nice. So, Sheena and everybody were outside yesterday, so I went in and I had a little bit to do, so I did a little bit of work and then obviously straight into the studio. It goes ever so quick when you're there. So, there we go. So that's where we're at the moment. Okay. So now I'm going to sort of focus on these sections here. So I'm going to sort of bring it to a little bit of an angle there. And then I'm going to imagine I've got another rectangle here. So I'm going to make it, again, a little bit thinner than this one. So there we go. And if I draw that shape in, you can sort of see it's a little bit wider at the bottom. Oh, so it's cloudy there now, is it? Perhaps it's working its way up back, maybe. There you go, and I'll finish that one off so you can see where it's narrower there than it is there. It does, doesn't it? Yeah, buckle. So same here, a little bit narrower on the inside there. Oh, do you think, Maureen? I noticed yesterday they got one that they were doing a really close up in sort of, you know, on the screen. Because obviously I'm working, I can't quite see because it's at the side of me, but you can't quite see it. And then they pointed what camera to look at yesterday. It was all the way over the other side. I think when you imagine I'd got camera 5 next to me and I'd got to look in camera 2. It's funny. Oh, sorry, Sue. I did like when they recorded the moon and they replayed it back. I thought that was pretty good. Because there's less camera people and stuff in, you know, they're taking an overhead camera from a show that's just happened to the one you're doing, and there's not much chance in the middle to do any checking on it and things. So. Alright, you see, I'm going to now aura in there, and this one, and this one. So I'm continuing those curves every time, so I've not done anything different. I've put different patterns in there, but creating those different curves. Okay, and that one. That's going to be a skinny one, isn't it? That's okay. Didn't expect them all to be the same. There we go. Oh, Michelle, that's great. Well, I enjoy your visit with your son. It's nice that they're, you know, he's come to see you. That's lovely. Enjoy. Okay, I'm just filling that because you see I've just curved it slightly as I've sort of worked my way out. And then I'm going to fill in that first one there. Turtle and no head. And then this one. It's so funny how we all see different things in it. You see I'm getting these stripes now going up back. There we go. Just a bit there. Oh, Smoffy, if you can see what kind of get up I'm working with at the minute, it'd make you laugh. My phone is still attached to my stand with a piece of string. But it's fine. It works. Unlock it. It's fine. There we go. And that one. Oh, finish that. Again, you know, if you've got a slightly thicker pen, you can go in and you know, use a thicker pen, but sometimes it's nice to go in and just work with the same one. And you know, you've got to work for it, haven't you, a little bit here. So I've got one there, I'm going to fill that. There you go. I suppose so, Maureen. Yeah, I think I'd be a bit hot wearing art today. But yeah, I could. This works, it's fine. There we go. Stripes again. You see how there's slight curves going out. But you know, if you want to do straighter, that's fine. It's your tile. Okay. And to that one. There we go. Next one. This is a different way of doing it as well, isn't it? We usually do all the shapes first, ready to tangle in, and then do the tangles, and I'm doing it as we go. Doesn't matter, you can do it any way you like. This way it just sort of keeps track of where we are. There we go. And get another one there. And just filling in space as we go. Oh, thank you, Sue. They're going to look amazing embroidered, aren't they, as well? Leslie had got an embroidered one. I'm glad I showed it you the other day, actually, because I don't think Lowen did yesterday. I mean, she doesn't always get round to showing all of them. We do our best. Do some photographs and post them. Okay. There we are. Looks like little stripy socks, don't they? With little, yeah, like that. Okay, so I'm going to keep it this sort of shape now, and I'm going to imagine that I've got a sort of a larger shape here, but I'm still not going to go as a square. I'm going to bring it to about here maybe, or maybe a bit thinner. Maybe, yeah, maybe I'm going to bring it in as thin as this one. You see, so I'm going to line it up there and add a little bubble there. See, bring this one up, bubble there. Okay. Do you know, Vivian, I think so too, and it was mentioned after the show that we actually thoroughly enjoyed it. It was really nice. It didn't feel rushed. It didn't feel any pressure there. It was just a lovely, relaxing show, wasn't it? Yeah, I really came out. I actually came out feeling like I'd had a nap. So I've just done so much tangling in there. It was just wonderful. Of course, looking at the quilts that Jackie had done, it was beautiful. I was so overwhelmed, and she gifted me that. It was just lovely. But it shows that, you know, if you did, I wanted to show it because I thought if you did want to do a Christmas version, you know, with the wreaths, you could see that it's perfectly achievable. There we go. You see, I'm doing those auras again around the sides. Okay. Same there. Give it a different shape when you start playing with the dimensions. Let's just have a... They are Rhiannon, aren't they, back to back? And plus it meant that I didn't have to sit around waiting for the next show. I mean, I will have, it's not a problem, but it just meant I actually got home at a reasonable time yesterday. It was good. But yeah, she is funny. And you know, it was lovely because she came to see me before the show and she got her notebook out and she's like, right, okay, what are we doing? How is this going to work? And I think she's interested, and that's what makes it really helpful. So I'm going from there to this one. So I'm creating this sort of strange shape again. Oh yeah, that would be great. And do you know, I've actually asked them about that before, about doing a full project kind of thing. Maybe I need to ask them again about doing it. That'd be awesome. And then that one, you know, maybe, you know, get everything up front ready so you've got the whole kit that you needed to do it. That moon is just beautiful. Like, it doesn't have to be Christmas either, but I wanted to put it in because I think you might not have wanted to do a full wreath. Oh, did you, Janet? Thank you. Yeah, so we're going to aim for everything to be out on Monday. That's the plan. There you go. All right. Do you know what I'm hoping, Susan, that when we get, so we can have a presenter with us again. That would be lovely if she'll have a go, because I think she would. Okay, you can see how I've turned my tile now, so I've gone from that way to that way. So I've got this sort of facing up bank here. So I'm gonna sort of aim to get this dot sort of in line, just like we did before. Not too close into that edge. There we go. Okay. Oh, Joyce, yeah, thank you for that. The wreaths, well, they're just all lovely, and you can see why I wanted to sort of, I delayed and I wanted to get it right because there was so much in them. I didn't want to rush them and just give you less in there. I wanted everything to be as I'd sort of seen it, drop turtle. So you can see where this is heading now. I've got my little dots here and I'm going to go over here. Okay, and then this one over here. See, it's got really thin at that top end, but I quite like that. Let's just cap it off. And then the same here to that one. So I've done exactly the same curve. Well, I say the same curve, but the same sort of shape every time, and the only difference is where you're putting these dots as to how the shape's changing. It's different to the one that's in the middle, isn't it? It's got a little bit sort of fatter at that bottom end, very skirt-like. And then there. And it just means that you want to go a little bit crazy and change where you put the dots. You can do. They don't have to be sort of in a straight line or in a row. Okay. So that's where we're up to at the minute. I can't wait, Christine, to see what you're going to do with them. Oh. Okay. So I'm going to come to these corner ones first, because this one we're going to go a little bit more freehand. So I'll build you up to it. All right. So in the centre here, I'm going to draw slightly a larger bubble. See? There you go. And then imagining I've got a clock here, 12, 6, 3 and 9. And I'm going to come around and down. And again, something that we've done before. Now this time I'm going to come into the corner there. Turning it round and then around into here. So it's just another way of splitting, oh sorry, going off, of splitting that space up. There we go. So I've got that kind of shape. And then here you can get 2 or 3 or however many lines you want to put in there, but I'm just going to put in 2 and turn it round, and then same again. I'm going to sort of gauge where I've got 2 in there. Ooh, wandered off, so I'm doing all this turning. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. And then another 2 there. Okay. Oh, look at that, I like that one. And then on these sort of edges, I'm going to add in a little curved line. See, this one's going to be slightly odd, but that's fine. And then curved, you see, as I'm just going around. And slip in there, look, one in there. Again, if you tune your tile so you're not struggling or straining any way, shape or form there. So that one's going to go there, and I'm going to bring that in up here. There you go. And then those little gaps that we've made, now those little spaces, let's go in and just fill them in. There we are. Again, it just adds that little bit of drama, and you don't have to use the black, you can use any colour you like. But I think it's nice to get that bit of depth in there, isn't it? It just changes it up a little bit. There you go, fill in that bit there. And in there. And that one there. There we go. Oh, Sue, what I would do is I would do 2 coats, a very fine one. Then let it dry and then do a second. And then if you feel that it's got a few little rough bits, because sometimes it does, some of the the grain comes to the surface, then just use a piece of clean paper, just printer paper, and just rub it across and it'll smooth it out for you. It's a trick when we didn't have any sandpaper left in school, because the kids used to use it ever so quickly. Then we used to use that. There we go. So I've just added that extra line in there, you see? Let's have a look how that looks in context. See? Oh, look at that. It's lovely. So let's go back in then, and we're going to do the same on each one of these corners. So you see there, I'm starting with that slightly larger bubble again. So into the corner there, turning around, and I went then into centre there, turning around to the corner there, turning around and down into there, and then split that into 2. There's 1, 2 lines, and there and there. And you know, when you put that spray gloss on, it brings the colours out and it enhances them, and it'll look lovely. Look really nice. There we go. And into there. We've just this morning machined some new veneered wood. We're trying a new colour. So instead of oak, we've picked up some cherry. So it looks stunning. It's got that lovely little red hue, that pinky red, soft, warm hue with it. Looks beautiful. So I'm going to have a go at tangling on that at some point. Should be nice. There we go. It's nice now that you're getting the confidence to go on your boards and be tangling on them, and your boxies and your pencil cases. I bet they're looking fab. I know I've seen quite a few of them, but you know, if you've done one recently, post it and let's have a look at it. It's lovely to see what other people are doing, and you know, it gives inspiration to others too. There we go. So I'm just pulling out a line from that bubble just as before. See, just picking it out and flicking it round. There you go. Last one, there you go. Alright, same with the next one. So, in with that bubble. Oh, Rhiannon, yeah, you're welcome. I mean, obviously we can't go to the warehouse and pick and choose our own boards, and they send us various. But I think because each one is totally unique, it's nice to get all variations of them. The boards are just beautiful and useful, of course. You know, and even if you didn't tangle on them, just the grain on them are lovely. So there we go. I'm just repeating. Look, I'm just adding those 2 lines. Oh, thank you, Janet. I hope I'm not putting you to sleep, though. I want you to watch till the end if you can. Especially when we come to do the shading on this, because there's quite a lot of places we can do that. It's going to look fab. There we go. My husband doesn't always say that my voice is soothing. He's not here at the minute. He's gone to sort the post. So if anybody's ordered from my Facebook shop, I think there's about 3 or 4 I've not managed to get done in the time. I do apologise. I think if you've ordered the acrylics, so we've just got to put them into boxes. But we've got through quite a few this morning, so I appreciate your patience. But he has taken quite a few. Post office lady's going to love him. If I give him some awful, it's not an awful job, but I do give him some jobs. There you go. Just laughing now. I'm just picturing him in the queue. Yeah. Oh, good job he loves me. Oh, thank you, Lindsay. I'm sure yours is going to be just as beautiful. It really is. There you go. Can we have a look so far? There we go. There's the 3. Look at that. I love that pattern. Okay, let's do this one. I'll do it at this view so you can see how it's all unfolding. So here we go. I'm going to go 1 up to the top. Now I know that. And do you know when I go to the post office, I'm forever going, I'm really sorry. But we do the, it's not so bad because everything's addressed and there's a sheet of all the orders, and I weigh it before I go. Well, I weigh it before he goes, so the weight's on there. And so all we need to do is literally just drop them off, and the lady in the post office does them all. So if there is a queue, they get put to one side, and she does all the postage for them when she's got some time. And then the next time we go to the post office, she gives me the receipts and the sheet. And it's a lot quicker that way, and a lot easier for me because I don't have to go and, I used to say, queue up. Easy for people behind because they don't have to wait for 30 odd parcels to go through. Easier for the post lady because she doesn't get pressured into having a bigger queue. So it works all round really. Yeah, true. Yeah, should introduce them to some, shouldn't we? I should take tiles and pens with me. Yeah. Oh, Sheila. Yeah, you do feel bad, don't you? Especially because there's more queues and because you've got to have this, the 2 metre distance. It's almost like they're queuing all the way down the shop, so nobody can get past. So, no, we found the system that was working for the minute. So, yeah. Of course, if I sort of said to and booked a collection for Royal Mail, it's very expensive to have a van come and pick it up. And I don't want to have to, charge more for postage than I need to, really. We do the best we can. There we go, look at that. I'm loving that. All right, are we ready for the next bit then? Yeah, tell you, I actually do use the Crafter's Companion Spray and Shine. It's not expensive. You can get it from Amazon as well. They do a spray and glitter as well, and the spray and matte, I think, so you've got the choice. And I think recently, because I do use my bud a lot, I have actually added another coat to it. True. Do you know, actually, Tammy, there's 2 post offices I use, and there is one lady, and she did sort of like smirk at me the other week, and she went, yeah, we brought your kit the other week. Cause why didn't you just ask? I'm sure I could have given you a sample. Cause, they take so many parcels off me. And she's like, oh, it's okay. We don't mind. Okay. So I'm going to do just a small bubble in there. All right, deep breath. Bit of a stretch for this one. Are we ready? You might want to watch before you do it. It's something we have done before, but I just want to sort of prepare you because it's a little bit sort of organic. Are you ready for this then? Oh, Margarita, now, do you know what? I've tried to speak to the post office about that, and to have one is very expensive. And it's, at the minute, what we're doing is working. So I'm going to start here. See, I'm not quite touching the bubble. Yeah, it's the Crafter's Companion Spray and Shine. So if you typed that into Google, I'm sure you get lots of options. And it just comes in a can, and it's really easy to use. I say a couple of coats, nice and fine. Let them dry in between each one. All right, so I'm going to go up here. See, I've gone out at a bit of an angle. Around, and then back round. So I'm doing that as a little aura. You see, I've finished. I've not gone back to the bottom there because I'm going to go back up and into that space and round. I might just get a little hook in there. You see? Okay, so then I'm going to turn and turn. I mean, I'm not saying that's the only one, the spray and shine, but I'm saying that's the one I used, so I'm sure there are others out there. Same again, see, I've done that little hook, and then back around and in. Okay? Oh, no, don't worry about it. If you've not got the white gap, just even if you put one little sort of hook, like such. And I'm going to fill it in. Okay. And another one that side. And just fill that in. And again, there's nothing stopping you doing this in a different colour if you want to. I mean, if you're using gel pens, you can go over the black anyway if you want to do that and then colour later. And the same this side, this one, just that little droplet. There we go. And littler one that side. You notice that they're not touching this time, but if yours are, that's fine. So I could colour that in. I'm going to go back in with a gel pen on that later. Okay. And then of course, because this is a little bit wider than this side here, I'm going to go back in with that pattern. So there's that first little hook and round and then back up again. Okay. And then on this side, there's that. See, I've done it the other way around this time. It's a little bit of a sort of habit, I suppose. It's just mirroring that one slightly there. There we go. Okay. Let's have a look at that. You see, it's giving a little bit of space around there. We could go and add other things, but I'm going to leave that one. It is, isn't it? Okay, so back into the next one. Little dot there in the middle-ish. And then I'm going to come in with that little hook again. And then back down. And then round to the other side. Then in the middle. Okay. Turning it round. And then same again. It doesn't matter if you go the same way, if you go a different way. Just really, whatever you want to do. There you go. And then turning it again. And there's that droplet. And just fill that in. And then one this side. And, oh, Janet, sorry about that. Hopefully you'll be able to watch back later if you've missed anything. So, there's a lot of people using it, isn't there? You know, and sometimes we forget. It's not that many years ago we wouldn't have been able to do this. Gosh, could you imagine lockdown with no internet? How would we have managed? Wouldn't have been able to really speak to people, even on the telephone, you know, it's not, well, not everybody had one, did they? Okay. So, next one. There's that little dot there again. So you thinking back to what I said earlier about we've done this shape before and it's a slightly different way of using it, but also I wonder if you're getting lots of ideas for how to put this into your journal and decorate your page, because we've got lots of different patterns in here that you can use, that you can sort of take it in quite a number of different ways really. So I'm quite interested to see how you're going to sort of approach that. Really nice, you know. And are you going to add more colour, or are you just going to keep it black and white? Yeah, it could be the weather. We say that we have got, you know, stormy type of things are going out there, isn't there? It could be that, especially with it being, you know, being so hot and things. There we go. All right. Oh, yes, I know what you mean. And I did look the other day actually about moving them from Facebook to YouTube. There is a way of doing it, but is that, for using that word again, it's a bit of a faff. You've got to download them in something and then move them into something else. And I just need, you know, I just need some time to actually go and investigate on how to do it. That's what it is. And of course with the move, and then we've had quite a lot of shows at the same time. I think once we've got this done, we're sort of getting organised now, so hopefully I'll have a bit more free time, a bit more time to sort of investigate and do that. So yeah, so be patient, bear with me with that. We'll get to it. There you go. And there we go, into the corner over there. I know I did that one a bit quick, didn't I? Sometimes doing them a bit quicker, I find it a bit easier. Oh, there you Oh, I see, Christine's been flickering. Yeah, I'm going to try, I've got a catalogue at the minute. I'm going to try some other pencils. I can't remember the name offhand, but once I've had a go at them, I'll let you know what I think. Okay, are we ready for this then? I've now moved to my pencil. We've filled everything in that we need to. I could go in and add more into this, and we could add bubbles and all sorts, but I think for now I'm going to leave it as is. I'm going to come into the centre, and you know what's coming if you've done this before, is we're going to go in and add that little smirk there. Okay, now I'm just keeping to one side. You can swap and change, whatever you want to do. I'm just going to keep to the one side there. Alright, and then my tortillon. And presenters, they all love this word, tortillon. They all try and say it different. I like it when Andy does it, because he tries to do it with a French accent. It's really funny. There you go. Just smoothing out, and I'm just softening the edge of the pencil. So I'm not going into all of the shape there, because if you look, that's what we're after, that slightly three-dimensional effect. Okay. Alright, let's go in a little bit more there. So where I've got this curve here, I'm going to go in, I'm going to add quite a bit, so I'm quite heavy with the pencil there. The same on the other side. Alright. And then this side, same again. Same again. Okay. So let's go in and soften the edge of that. So I'm going to do the middle bits first. We'll work it up as we're going, because then that means that you're not going to smudge over it. See, I'm ignoring the pattern as such. I'm just working on the shape, and I've left this middle section without any pencil. You know, if your pencil's struggling a little bit to get going, you go in and swirl it, and that then sort of starts it off. You see, swirl it first, and then push it in towards the centre. Okay. Alright, back to pencil, same here, and now I'm going over the black, but that's fine. And the same here. So I'm going to do that on that one and that one. And then of course this one here, and there, and there, and there. Okay. Tortillon. And same again, I'm pushing it from the outside towards the centre each time. Same on that one. Don't forget, you can turn your tile rather than try and move it about as you're going. Okay. What I am going to do with my white pen is I'm going to put a white stripe down the centres of those. Okay. Got to make sure, you know, when you're using your white gel pen, just slow down with it a little bit, and you've got to make sure that if you're going over the black, it's dry, or your black pen's dry, because otherwise it'll just go a bit grey. You don't want that. Okay. So back to pencil. It's quite sort of a lot in the pencil at the minute, isn't it? So where that curve is, and where that curve is, you see? So I'm going to do this one while I'm at it. So that curve and that curve. It's not a very big one, but it's there, you see? And then I'm going to go around the centre of that one while I'm there. So then turning it round. Not there. So following those curves. And same again. And again, if you've got that black there, just go straight over it, it's fine. And let's have some round the centre. and turn it round, back curve, okay, and that one, and that one, and straight into there, and of course this one. So you can see this pattern forming, and it's coming back to those curves again, isn't it? Each time we're just sort of following on from what's gone before. Just continually working my way through. Let's have a look at that. Alright, so all we need to do now is tortillon, and we're going to smooth it again. Give me 1 second. Just lost my tortillon for a minute. And let's start here. Alright, just going to plug my phone in because it's just about to die. We don't want that. There we go. There we go. Got to plug it in before the start. It just went low power. I'm like, no, don't. Oh, thank you, June. Seems like ages, doesn't it, since we were last in a class. There we go. Mind you, how would we have managed with a class as big as what we do? Do you know what when I first sort of started these sessions, I thought it's going to be great that if I can actually hit the same amount of people who were on my original Sanntangle course in America, I thought that would be a really nice thing to do, you know, and have those many all at once. And that was 162 people. And when you think now we've got maybe 300 people, and then as time goes on, it starts to go up. As people rewatch, it goes to 1,000. And I'm absolutely blown away. The session that I did on the craft shows Facebook the other week is now 16,000 people. I'm like, my word. Oh, Francis, yeah, it does, doesn't it? You start putting that pencil on, and oh my goodness, it's, yeah. That's when that magic comes down. You only think it's just a bit of paper. That's all this is, just rolled up paper. It's remarkable. And I think it's nice to sort of keep it to the end, isn't it? And then you get the whole reveal, and you're like, oh my goodness, look at all that I've drawn. And it just comes to life. There we go. Through. Not far now. It's just a different piece, isn't it? Oh. There we are. Do you know what? In class as well, everybody now would be really quiet, and I perhaps wouldn't be talking as much as I do on the live sessions. And all you'd hear is tortillons scribbling on the page. It's quite nice. You know, it's lovely. Everybody's head down and their shoulders are all relaxed. Oh, I know, Francis. Yeah, they're little miniature works of art, aren't they? And you should be proud of them. And even if there's a bit you think, do you know, I'm really not so pleased with that, then focus on the good bits. Focus on the little bit that you like, whether it's just a shadow, whether it's just a bubble, you know, anything. You know, and then you could always come back to it later and you could add more, or maybe you could even tangle over the top of it, or cut it into sections and change it about. Because it's a small piece of cardstock, isn't it? And it's your time and your effort and your love that's gone into it. There we are. So just to add a little more there, I'm going to go quite heavy around those edges. Now you could also go in with a black pen and you could colour this all in black. That would give it a little bit more drama. Oh, Mari, I don't know. I mean, we've got to sort of deal with this social distancing thing, haven't we, to start with, and make sure that people feel safe enough to come out. So I think it's, I don't know, maybe the autumn, maybe, if that's where we're going with it, before classes really start up again. It all depends, doesn't it, I think, at the moment on the government and their guidelines. But then, of course, you know, I've got a classroom here to set up, and I really want to go and see some furniture rather than just order it from the internet, because I've got a vision or a set idea of how I want it to look. So, yeah, that takes time. I've got to go and find it, you know. So, just giving it that bit of background. Just picking that in. You see, I've gone quite dark around the sides. Oh, Sam. Oh, it's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to doing classes again and seeing people. You know, it's almost like we all know each other now, and I know I keep going on about that. It's like this little community we've created, so it's going to be lovely, isn't it? It's like going to be a reunion, isn't it? It is. Okay, I'm just picking up my pen now, and there's just areas that we've done it before. I'm going to go in and just put a little bit of weight on those lines. Oh yeah, do you know, I think now I'm a bit addicted to doing Facebook Lives, and I think it's something we all need to do. It's just this being able to work with people in so many different areas. And I know not everybody can get to classes, and I think now I don't think I'd want to leave you without some sort of sessions. So, you know, we need to sort of stay in touch now, don't we, and keep this going if we can. I mean, of course, you know, it's not always going to be 3 times a week forever, but I think we need to sort of work to fit them in and do something. So we'll do something. There we go. See, I'm not going to thicken all the lines up because we want this sanatorium. That sounds fun, yeah. Because we want some depth. But you know, I did mention my gel pen earlier. You don't have to do this, or you could go in with a different colour or whatever you want to do. But they're sort of screaming out these little bubbles we started with. I'm even going to do that one now, like, for a bit of a gel upgrade, aren't they? There you go. Or you could use a glaze pen or whatever you want to do. Just needs that little pop. Look at that. But remember with these that, you know, they're a little bit longer to dry, so they're going to sit on the surface for a while. So please, I would hate you to smudge it at this point. Just make sure you're going round and you're not got your arm in one of the blobs that you've just put on. Just love how they're really shiny. And while they're sitting on the surface there. There you go. Fill in those bits. And that one. Oh no, Janet. They're alright. So we were talking in the other video about a plug-in that you can get that calms them. It worked for my little Leah. So, there you go. So if that's drying off, which it isn't for a while, I'd go back in with my white pen. I'm just going to make sure my white pen works. I've got one that's dried, and I would just add a little highlight on. Just go a little bit Oh wow, Tina. 5 years and they still work. That's pretty good going. You see there, little highlight? Now obviously I'm a little bit loath to do all of them at the minute because I don't know if you can see, there's still, yeah, you can still see that they're still drying. So that's going to be a little while, but once they dry out, I'd go in and add in those, hang on a second, see there? It's almost like putting a little smirk on like we do with the pencil, isn't it? But you really want to make sure that your gel pen's dry first, so can't really do all of them at the minute because they do take a bit longer. Just get around that a little bit so you can see. Just sort of adds that little bit of depth there, doesn't it, you see? So if you look at these two compared to those two, yeah, but of course I'm going to have to wait until as they dry. I'm just sort of looking across the surface now, and if they don't have a sheen on, you see that's got a sheen, I can get in there and just add that little bit. So I'm almost just dotting it on. It's that small amount, but it just makes a huge difference. See, some of them are still a bit wet, but you get that. You get the idea. So just don't, be a bit patient. Don't put any on until you know that yours is dry enough. There we go. All right. So let's have a look at that. Oh, Sonia, that's a shame. But as I say, we'll make sure that there's still going to be Facebook sessions, and we'll make sure that you stay up to date with us, and we keep in touch somehow. So no, it's time yet. Who knows? We might find that we're at tile 60. My goodness, before things get back to some sort of normality. Yeah. And I've signed that one. If you think, oh, do you know, I really didn't want that to be so dark, you can go back in with your white pen. So my pen's a bit white and pink now, and just touch up some of the areas if you feel you need to. I feel I need to clean my pen off first, but you get the idea. I'm going to leave it there. So yeah, this is one I think you need to look at for a bit and work out which patterns or how you're going to put it into your journal page. I think it's giving you plenty of scope, plenty of ideas to have a look at and play with it a little bit. And considering we didn't worry about it being in the middle too much, I don't think that's too bad at all. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Tile number 41. Yeah, have a play with it, see what you can come up with, and of course post it. Let us know what you're doing with it. And I hope everybody had a lovely weekend. I'm sorry if you can't use your garden because we're going to have all the rain, but do what you need to do. Put your feet up, have a glass of wine, do a bit of tangling, and just enjoy life. That's all we can say. Don't take anything too seriously. Keep it all positive, and I will see you again Monday at 2 o'clock. So everybody stay safe, and I will speak to you soon. All right. You take care. Bye.